Telecast this afternoon, race number 4.
Kathy and ladies and gentlemen, a very big crowd, as Alan has mentioned, very close to 15,000, maybe in excess. As runners move forward now for the 4th event on the program, we've had a most exciting 3 races. Racing, and Printer's Choice jumped out quickly with Horace showing good early speed. Mistress of Silk was prominent too, and they're followed by Walani getting through nearer the inside. They're followed by Tariani, who's up near the leading division. Dapper's Express is back about 4th last. Settling down, racing towards the 800-metre mark, and Printer's Choice is going quickly to be one of the leaders. Horace was there too, followed by Tariani booting up on the inside. 2 lengths behind them, Centre Way, and they're followed then on the inside by Chance Buy. Next on the outside was Mistress of Silk. Prince Palaban very wide on the track, and then Dapper's Express on the fence. They're followed then by Megiani getting a fair way back, followed by Photosphere. Into the straight, 400 metres left to go now. And moving up on the outside, Printer's Choice held the lead narrowly from Walani with the blinkers near the inner. They're followed wider on the track by Horace. Finishing fairly well out wide now is Dapper's Express with a fair run. And then Mistress of Silk, 200 metres left to go. And Horace got Printer's Choice in one stride. Here's Dapper's Express finishing strongly. Mistress of Silk coming home hard too, and so is Prince Palavan. They're stretched across the track, but Dapper's Express is too good, and Dapper's Express wins by a neck. Tight for second between Mistress of Silk in the centre, and also rattling home down the outside was Brave Rebel in the photo for the minors. They're followed in then by Horace, who stopped to a walk in the straight from Photosphere. Then Printer's Choice, who was very towy before the start. Back behind them was Magator, followed in by Chance Buy, and then sent away. Tariani dropped out quickly, followed by Nouveau Roir, and Prince Palaban tailed out near the tail with Walani. Well, another very good finish to this race. They're stretched across the track, but Dapper's Express has lasted the win. Tight for second between Brave Rebel on the outside, and there's one booting up in the centre that I can't just recall for the moment, but one. Here's another look at the replay. Dapper's Express going to run through the field, grabbed Horace as the challenges were coming, and number 10 is in the frame. 10, Dapper's Express by Sir Dapper, trained by Ian Saunders and ridden perfectly by Darren Murphy. Interest in the minors, Brave Rebel on the outside, and the other runner is obscured in the centre. It's hard to pick him up. I can't recall who he was now for the moment, but Dapper's Express has won. And you'd have to think, looking at that replay, that Brave Rebel on the outside has probably got second. It could have been Mistress of Silk, but waiting on second and third, the time 1:4.5, 1:4.5. Now, Printer's Choice through Pat Highland in the stalls was very towy, but despite all the action, he was first to jump but had to work very, very hard to get across from his outside barrier. He shared the lead, the others kicked up to keep him wide, and I think that was the end of Printer's Choice. And his chance was gone by the time they'd reached the turn. But the winner is Dapper's Express, definitely thrown to his sire, Sir Dapper. He looks very much like him. There's another tight photo finish again. Horace is weakening behind them. Could be Mistress of Silk in the centre, but we'll wait for the numbers to go in the frame. Still 10, and a very close photo resting between second and third, and Photosphere would probably be fourth. There's Dapper's Express. Isn't he a nice type? He's only started 5 times now for 2 wins and a second, and a win over Nosy Knight at Werribee was a good pointer to today's victory. And last start he ran 6th to the quite smart Street Ruffian. So that's a very, very good performance by Dapper's Express, trained by Ian Saunders. Alan, it was a strong performance because Dapper's Express settled down a fair way back.
Yes, actually, Clem, it's one of your early selections in the day. I did write it down, and it was a pretty good win. And also, number 12, Brave Rebel, was coming home very hard in the finish, and I think you'll find that Mistress of Silk, in between those runners, will get the 3rd placing. But it's interesting to note on the tote here in Victoria, Clem, nearly 140,000 on the win tote on that race, which certainly augurs well for a big TAB turnover in Victoria today.
Well, it was a good betting race with Dapper's Express, Printer's Choice and Centreway, who incidentally was pretty disappointing.
Yeah. The other interesting thing about that race, late in the betting on the TAB in Victoria, there's a lot of money for Dapper's Express. It came in from $2.40 to around about $1.45, whilst at one stage Printer's Choice, about 10 minutes before betting closed, was on $1.20, and it's gone out to around $1.55 for a win. So some pretty happy punters have come pretty late there for number 10 Dapper's Express.
Time 1:04.5.
Thank you, Clem. 10 a win and 8 and 12 for the place getters, and there's the replay of the finish of race 4 here at Bendigo with number 10 Dapper's Express, ridden by Darren Murphy, just holding on from the fast finishing Brave Rebel. And a big win by Dapper's Express. And certainly on that particular run today, Kathy Walker, that horse will certainly store up some more wins in the coming months.
Oh, sure. And I think looking at him condition-wise, he'll tighten up quite a lot and be a bit fitter next time even, perhaps.
It comes from a pretty strong stable, Ian Saunders at Epsom, and he always seems to have a lot of luck when he comes up here to Bendigo. And over the last 4 or 5 years, Ian has brought some good horses here. And of course, in the earlier days, Kevin Mitchell was the stable rider, but now Darren Murphy doing a lot of the riding. And there's Darren. He'd be pretty happy with a big win here. That's a $10,000 race here at Bendigo. Race 4, the Melbourne Hilton on the Park Progressive Handicap. Outside the winner, those two dead heaters, Kathy, the form of Mistress of Silk and also Brave Rebel, certainly please their particular part owners.
Yes, I think, Alan, they were probably a bit stiff to run into such a classy horse today. Brave Rebel, as you see, is a 7-year-old, so he probably, you know, doesn't have a great deal of future. But Mistress of Silk's only had 10 starts, and she's weighed in nearly every start, so there's plenty more wins in store for her, obviously.
Right, Darren Murphy already on the scales, and looks like all clear. They're coming very, very shortly. There's the second place getter. It's I.O. Donahue and Diopre, the dead heating jockeys, a couple of country boys. A big thrill for them to be in a big race here in front of this big crowd at Bendigo this afternoon.
Yes, well, Mistress of Silk, as you can see, has come all the way from Howlong, which is right up towards the border there. So she's had a big day out. And Ian O'Donoghue, the rider of the second horse, is a local Bendigo rider. Right,
so we're about to get from the chief steward there, the all clear.
And that's Carol Tucker from Benalla now on the scales. Just weighed in on the 5th horse, which was Horace.
Right, we'll get the all clear very shortly. The chief steward just checking the information there. The winner has scored by a long neck. So a long neck getting home the winner of the 4th here. That is number 10, Dapper Express.
That was Terry Sharp, the chief steward at the meeting, just told the riders that correct weight had been declared.
Okay, that is the correct weight signal coming through from the scales area for race 4 here at Bendigo. The winner is number 10, Dapper's Express, and we'll be back with more on Bendigo Cup Day after this break.